I used to get so upset and offended at a lot of things until I stopped identifying with that. Hello and welcome, my name is Gareth Flick, and in today's video I'd like to speak about identity. And lack of identity leads to a lot of arguments or being upset and offended, because once I realized I wasn't the body, I wasn't my mind, and I went beyond thought, I realized that I had been identifying so much with my thoughts and thinking and different things. Like I was identified with my name, my race, my country, you know? And then if someone came along, okay, I live in New Zealand. There's a rivalry between New Zealand and Australia. It's always a bit of banter. But, you know, a lot of people take that so seriously because they're so identified with their country. They claim it as their identity. So then if Australia beats New Zealand or New Zealand beats Australia, there's a lot of people angry and fighting because they feel their identity has been attacked or their identity has lost. It's like identifying as male, female, or anything else people want to identify. As soon as people are identified with this and someone comes along and says something else, they feel they're personally being attacked. It's like I've had conversations, or I guess you could say arguments or whatnot, with say traditional Christians, because some of the things I speak of, though it's from the book, it's a different perspective or understanding, and then they feel they've been attacked, and then they get angry at me. Vice versa. I had been offended by, I guess, Christians, or in the traditional sense, things I've said. And then that was for me to look at myself and be like, what am I identifying with? Am I identifying with my concepts? Am I identifying with my philosophy, my thoughts? And really, these are all just the thoughts. I had this vision once. I am. And it was I am in me. You know, God's name is I am, forever I am, our names. We've been given the name I am. Whatever you put after I am, you become, you create. So don't use that term lightly. But I had the big vision of the I am, which was me. I am this. And it was showing me reaching out to things. I am businessman. I am YouTuber. I am son. I am partner. Now I am friend. I am. And it keeps showing it going, but it always came back to the I am. I am. Instead of being identified with Gareth, the marketer, Gareth, the business, come back to just the I am. You are everything. You know, when we have a limited identity, we feel attacked because that's, you know, it's the ego clinging to an identity. And as soon as someone comes and says something different, it was just self-pushed out, testing you anyway, it leads to getting offended or upset. You know, sports. Look at all the big fights that happen because people identify themselves as like a soccer fan, or I don't know much about this. I'm just using these as examples, but they're so identified with this. So then when that team loses, they get so hurt and upset because their identity has been put down, when it's like a false sense of identity, false sense of self. Though you are everything, you're also not. These are just like made up things. You know, we're born, Gareth, you're now a New Zealander. Here's your, you know, your race, you're European. Here's your religion. Here's your name. And as you grow up, you get told, everyone's telling you who you are. Then you get to the point where you're like, oh, who am I? Who am I actually? If I'm not this, that. And that leads to the question, who am I? Which leads to self-discovery, because you go in searching who you are. A good way to find out who you are, start the wind. Oh, there's a beautiful butterfly. Is to state everything you're not. I'm not these feet, not these legs, I'm not these hands, I'm not this body. Yes, it is mine for use, but I am not it. It's my tool. The body's the mind's tool to get around. And we have been given the mind while we're here on earth to be able to create. But it's not us. I can't, tell you who you are. It's up to us to figure out who we are behind everything, behind the name, behind the race, behind the nationality. Who am I? I am. I am all that I am. But I stopped getting offended because I didn't identify it. Like, I used to be a musician or metalhead, Gareth the metalhead, Gareth the rapper, Gareth the personal trainer who worked at a gym. These are all little identities I've had along the way. But I was so identified with them. And now I just don't identify with anything. To the best of my ability, the ego is crafty and likes to identify and grasp the things. Gareth, the YouTuber now. Sounds cool, doesn't it? Ego, but this is just another faculty, another particle of the I am. So, yeah. Hope that helps. A good way to do this is to fall asleep. As you're falling asleep, repeat, I am not this body. I am not this mind. I am not this body. I am not this mind. Match it with the in breath. I am not the body. Exhale. I am not the mind. And watch what happens. You might start to notice a gap between your thoughts and body and the true self. And you get to observe and see these thoughts are not mine. They are not me. We can watch our thoughts. Who's watching the thoughts? Then who's watching the watcher? It's pretty funny. Yeah, it's felt like speaking about identity. And when you class for a limited identity, it leads to upset. But if you just don't identify with anything, because you are everything, I think life gets a bit easier. You can have conversations, people talking about. Everything's always trying to be separated in this world. 3D, the world of Caesar, the world of dead. This is the shadow. Everyone's always trying to separate, seek. It's what the ego does, seeks to separate and destroy. But the soul, yoga, unity, one. I guess when you have a realization that you're everything, you have compassion for everything. Or you can just let go of everything and just observe and enjoy the ride that we've been blessed with. Hope that was a fun video. May peace be on your soul. Thank you for the likes and the subscriptions and the comments. I'll quickly show you how beautiful this view is. Such a nice sky today. And I'll see you in the next video. I love you. Bye.
Yeah.